Hi! We are going to be doing the tutorial today for the photo standee with chipboard from the January Silhouette Life Inspiration Box. So the materials that you'll need from your box for this project are the permanent adhesive vinyl, or not adhesive vinyl, permanent adhesive tape runner, the glossy labels for an inkjet printer, and then the chipboard. So you need those three things, and then we'll set up our picture and everything in the design studio and go from there.
All right, I've got it pulled up in my design studio now over here, and the tutorial pulled up on the left. So we already have all the materials that we needed. So now you need to find a photo that you want to work with. I chose a photo from our family vacation at Bear Lake this summer of me and my husband. So now I have it in my workspace already, and because photos, so we're looking at this part in the tutorial, photos are notoriously hard to trace. We're going to use the Draw a Polygon tool. So right here on this line spot, and draw a polygon. So now you're going to trace around the outside of the photo, and you don't need to get every detail, just get the main outline. So I'm going to go ahead and start right here and kind of just go piece by piece. I thought about leaving some background, but I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to try it right here. I don't know if I like that gap in between me and my husband's head, but ooh, I'm a little bit rough on the tracing skills. And I'm going to stop it right here. And then I'm going to bring it across. And then I'm going to go back up. So I'm going to go right here. Okay, so then I completed the drawing of us. And now we did circle back. I clicked on the last point. So she said, don't forget to give your to give your picture a base. So I just kept, that's why I kind of kept it kind of blocky down here, because that will be my base. So that will be okay. So now that we've drawn the outline, we need to do a printer's bleed around our photo. We don't want to waste, the ink and all that. So you're going to go to create an offset. So it's this star looking thing. Oh, it's this star looking thing. That's confusing that there's two. All right, so then we're going to click on offset, and we want 0.100. So let's see, round corners, and we're going to click apply. So now we're going to realign the photo to make sure that, let's see, you'll want your original outline to line up back up with the photo. So mine looks like it's still pretty lined up, so that's fine. And then we're going to select the offset line. Oh, I'm still on draw a point, so I'm going to undo that move so I don't cut that line or print it. So I'm going to click escape, escape, and then I'm going to click on, nope, I don't want that. I want the, was that it? Go back, go back, go back. Okay. So try to find the one. There we go. Okay. So then we're going to open the modify, which is, let's see, I'm still learning these new things with this new update. So then we're going to open the modify menu and click on crop, and it should crop everything to it. But I think I have to, it did not crop it. So that didn't crop it either. Let's circle all of them. Crop. There we go. Oh, wait. Undo. I think we want it selected the picture and just the outside line. So I do that by just barely hitting that line. There we go. Now it's cutting, now it's cropping to the offset line. And I am going to move my picture just a little bit. Now it's a little bit more lined up with how I want it. So now we're left with a cropped image of our photo and the original trace of your outline. So we're going to click send. We're going to change our cut lines so that you can see it, but that's exactly how we want it. So that's good. You want to click the crop photo and choose no cut. So no cut. That's already clicked on mine. And then our preview looks like just like hers in the tutorial. So that's good. So then we're going to do a print and cut. So you go back to the design page and you want registration marks. Again, my little tip is I just always go and search here in the help bar, registration marks. And then I can remember, oh, it's in view and registration marks. So that's good. So now I want the registration marks on, and I want it for the Cameo. Type 1 Cameo portrait. So that's what we have. That's what we're using. So now the registration marks are on, and then we're going to go to print. But our size is correct. We have an 8.5 by 11. That's what our sheet of paper is. Our registration marks are on. We have the photo exactly how we want it with the offset. And then what we're going to do, let's see, we're just going to make sure we have everything else right. She talks about making sure that our settings are checked for the printing, and we want glossy photo paper for our paper type because we are printing on label paper. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go to File, Print. I hope it gives me a box because I forgot my printer is hooked up. Let's see. It's taking forever to get to my printer. So show details is what I need to do on mine, and then I go to layout, print settings, auto select. I like when I'm doing things to load it in from the rear, so that just means it's going like the piece of paper is standing up when I load it in. And then I'm going to do photo paper glossy, high quality is good. So then I'm going to click print. We'll go ahead and print it out, and then let's check the others. We'll come back and do it with the offsets on here. Okay, so I just printed out the label sheet with the picture. So now we're going to talk about the cut settings for the glossy paper. So it's fairly thick, and Becky thinks it's for the glossy because of the glossy coating on it. So what she did is we go to the Send tab, and she has it as sticker paper clear. So I'm going to scroll down till I can find that. And then we're going to do a test cut to make sure that it's working correctly. But she has hers at 3, 4, 33, and 2, which is what we have. So when I cut that out, I'll just make sure to do a test cut. So now that you have that, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about our chipboard settings right now too. So I'm scrolling past the tutorial for the glossy label. So now that we have the photo cut out, she said the chipboard is super easy to cut. We just have to tweak it a little bit during the process. So what we're going to do is in our software, we're going to move the photo, and we only want to do this if we've already cut the photo out. So what I'm going to do just to show you is I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to open a new tab just so I can show you the settings, and then we'll cut it out together. So here's my settings. I mean the picture, excuse me. So we are going to move the photo out of the way. Then we're going to, let's see. In the software, go ahead and move your photo. Only do this if you've already cut your photo. We made a copy of it. You only need the main outline for your chipboard. You also want to either create a stand for your Standee, or you can download a copy of mine towards the end of the tutorial. We're probably going to end up using hers. So then we're going to say, go ahead and put your chipboard on your cutting mat, move over to the Send tab. Okay, so you're going to use chipboard. Let's see, where's chipboard? Chipboard. Adjust your blade if necessary to 5, which mine is already showing 5. And then do not unload the cutting mat when the machine is finished. We're going to cut the same design again on blade 10. So we're basically cutting halfway and then finishing the cut. So that's how she has them set out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to download the Standee. And we're going to open that. Oh, I downloaded it twice. All right, so then it opens up this part. So I just want that piece. So, but I'm going to save this so I have it if I make future designs. So save, close out of that because I already copied it. And then here's this, and it fits great on the back of mine. So that's what I would be cutting out right there, is those two pieces with the chipboard settings. So I'm going to go ahead and cut both of those out. I'll show you, and we'll get them moving on to get this photo board set up.
All right, so I have the glossy label sheet loaded into my Cameo with the picture set up. I set it up exactly how it was looking in my studio so that the registration marks would line up as well. So now we need to do a test cut. When you're playing with registration marks, you're going to want to move your test cut so that you're not cutting into the registration marks. So I'm going to move my arrows. I'm going to go down a little bit and over. I'm going to try to go past my picture a little bit and down past the registration marks. Okay, So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot, and I'm going to click test. I have it on the sticker paper clear setting that she has, blade 3, speed 4, force 33, 2 passes. So we're going to go ahead and try the test cut. Hopefully it works. Yeah, just make sure you're not cutting into your registration marks because that will mess up how it reads it and it won't cut your picture where it should. So then we're going to unload it. Alright, and I'm going to try to peel up, and it is peeling up all of it, which I am okay with because it is a sticker, so I'll be able to peel it off like that. So I'm going to leave it. If you don't like that, if you want it left on the backing, you could do maybe lower your force a little bit. I'm going to leave mine. I think it's fine. So now we are going to go ahead and click send. Make sure I have everything set up with the registration marks, and we're going to hope and pray that this cuts correctly. So it's reading those, and then we'll be back and watch when it's cut out and do the chipboard. Okay, I've got the photo label cut out. I've got my chipboard loaded in. We're going to do 1 pass on a blade 5. Then we're going to switch up the blade to 10, and it'll cut all the way through the chipboard. Once that's cut out, I'll show you how to put the label on the chipboard. Okay, so now we've got these cut out. Again, you just do 1 pass on a blade 5, and then don't unload it. Change your blade to a 10 and do another pass on 10. Then they'll come out just fine. You can see I tried to peel it up to see if it was done after the 5, and it wasn't. So I'm going to have to adhesive that. So if you just take your adhesive roller, I'm just going to peel up really softly where I tried to peel it. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of adhesive right there so that it will stick back down. And that'll just be the back of mine. I'll just have that be the back of my design. So then you have your stand. She suggests cutting these out twice so that they're sturdier. But just one, you can see it's holding up on its own with just one layer. Of course, once I adhesive it. So I'm going to try that so you can see what it's like with one. Then you can make the decision if you're going to cut out twice or just once, and you can see what you think. So what you do is you're going to take your photo and your chipboard, and I'm going to try to line it up, and it should match exactly. So I'm going to try to line up the bottom, and I'm not going to peel off all of it. I'm just going to peel off the little section on the bottom so that I can make sure it lines up correctly. So here we go. And I'm going to kind of do like this method, but I want it to line up perfectly at the bottom before I do everything to make sure that everything else is going to line up the way that it should. So I can already tell I'm a little, yep, I'm a little short. So I'm going to see if it's not going to peel back up though. So once you press down, you've pressed down. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming work. You can see I was pretty close, but you can also see the little overhang over here. So I'm just going to take some scissors, and I should be able to just trim. Oh yeah, the chipboard trims pretty nice with just scissors. So just go ahead and take a little bit of a trim to it if you did that too. Press down your picture. The only hard part I think is going to be right here, down here at the bottom, because mine has like a hard section to get into. I didn't necessarily plan that the best. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to trim all of this. I'm showing you so that you can see we all make mistakes. And then I'll trim the back with the label. So now that this is ready, if you cut out 2 forms of this, you would take this chipboard and the other one, adhesive roll the back of this, stick it together, then do 2 of these, adhesive both of these, stick them together, and then we're going to adhesive this side of it. So I'm going to get a good couple layers of adhesive on this, and I'm going to put it how I kind of want it to stand, and I kind of want it taller. So I'm going to go ahead and do it pretty high up. So you can see it's pretty high up my picture, and then I can pick how it stands. But mine stands pretty good with just one. So that's what one layer looks like. It is a little bit flimsier. I'm not sure how long it'll hold up, so 2 is probably recommended, but I wanted you to see worst case scenario, if you messed up on your chipboard and had to use the other sheet in there, you can make it work with just one. So that's how you do that. Let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe to my channel. Here is the photo stand with chipboard and glossy label paper. Thanks so much for watching.